everyone. We are live today and I wanted to show you how I make a quick and easy salad dressings. A couple of salad dressings today. So I had a couple of people ask me about making salad dressings, so I thought I'd show you a couple of our favorites. It's also lunchtime, so I'm really excited to show you my lunch. I've been having this for the last couple of days and I never get tired of it. It is so good and so much flavor. And we're gonna use our salad dressing that we're making because I'm almost out of it. So I thought I'd make up a fresh batch. So let's get started making. The first dressing is a honey ginger soy dressing. I add just a tiny bit of peanut to it to give it that great Asian flavor. And so I've got all the ingredients here and I'm gonna show you. We're just gonna throw it in the blender and it's so quick and easy. So the first thing that we add to it is the fresh ginger. Fresh ginger is gonna have fabulous flavor and it's going to be awesome anti-inflammatory. It's going to give it that little bit of zing that's really, really fun. Instead of using a vinegar in the dressing, the ginger is going to give it that zing rather than a vinegar. When I'm making dressings and stuff, I'll use my grater, and if I'm not going to blend it, then I just grate it and have all these wonderful tiny little pieces, and it's kind of fun to chomp down on those little pieces. But since we're blending today, so you can see that, see the little grated minced ginger there. But since we're blending today, I just want to cut the ginger across the fibers so they don't have a lot of long strings in our dressing. So I'm just gonna cut this. This recipe calls for about 6 tablespoons of minced ginger. So when I put about this much together in the blender, if I were to have minced it, it would have been about 6 tablespoons or about 1/3 of a cup. So we're gonna add that to the blender. And again, I'm just cutting across those grains. Throw those in. Okay. Now, the next thing we're gonna add is the roasted garlic. I love roasted garlic. Garlic is in the onion family. It's got the allium in it that is a fabulous anti-cancer. It is an anti-inflammatory again. Always, always, always looking for anti-inflammatories to prevent disease and tumor growth and processes in the body that go haywire. So anyway, I just finished taking the papers off. These I had roasted earlier and I just put them in about a 375 to 400 degree oven. And you leave the papers on when you roast them. It protects the outer skin. So you can see there I've got my 6 roasted garlics and they won't get too brown. All right, the next thing we're gonna add, this is something new that I'm doing. So this actually, we're adding mushrooms, dried mushrooms today. So mushrooms are fabulous anti-cancer. If any of you have any cancer, especially women with breast cancer, if you are at a high risk for breast cancer, you should be trying to add mushrooms to your meals every day. These are a dried mushroom. Dried mushrooms are a great alternative. I get these in big bulk and they're so easy. They're not gonna go bad really fast. But mushrooms have a unique ability to actually target tumor cells, especially breast cancer tumor cells. And so if you have any high risk for breast cancer in your family, like I do in mine, then adding mushrooms, and you only need to add a little bit, like just 1 button mushroom will give you huge benefits. So this is probably the equivalent of about maybe 1 or 1.5 button mushrooms. This is a blend of like shiitake, oyster, Brazilian, morels. Anyway, that's what that says. So we're gonna add that to our dressing. Okay, So here's my tablespoon of raw peanuts. I always keep raw peanuts around, and we're gonna maybe add a few to our salad in just a minute. So this is our tablespoon of that. Okay, now I wanna sweeten this just a little bit. I don't want it to be like just this really zing. A dressing is good when it has multiple flavors that work together. So we're gonna add a date. This is a big, huge medjool date, and I'm gonna take the pit out and put the date in, and then I love to add just a little bit. I don't use a lot of honey. Honey is a very intense sweetener. It's I should say it's an intense glucose. It's a very simple sugar, and so I am only going to use about 1.5 tablespoons for this whole thing, because I want that little bit of that honey flavor, but I don't want all of that sugar. The other thing that mushrooms do is actually help to block the absorption of sugar in the bloodstream. So that is a fabulous benefit of adding the mushrooms to our dressing. So I'm just going to add just that little bit of flavor from the honey, but not a lot. And that date is going to help give the rest of the sweetness that I'm looking for to add to this. Now, the other thing about when you're wanting to add sweetness to something, you want to add the actual fruit. You don't want to try to add just the juice, but if you can add the fruit, then you're getting all the phytochemicals, all the vitamins, all the minerals, without anything being processed out. And then you're also getting the fabulous fiber that comes from the fruit. So we're going to add a cup of water, and only about, don't fall over, about 1 teaspoon. I'm just going to kind of splash. It's only going to be about 1 teaspoon of my low sodium soy sauce. The other thing I'm going to add, I love adding, so you want to add some sort of nuts or seeds. Of course, we added a little bit of peanuts, but you want to add nuts and seeds to your dressings, because the healthy fats in them are going to help you to absorb the phytonutrients of your vegetables. You always want to try to add nuts and seeds to dressings or to any vegetable dish, because you are going to only absorb about 1/10 of the nutrients in your vegetables if you don't have the nuts and seeds. But if you add the nuts and seeds, then they actually help you to absorb way more of those precious nutrients. So we're going to add 1 tablespoon of sesame seeds. I found this out recently. So cool. Sesame seeds actually are have the highest amount of calcium of any food on the planet. Can you believe that? Calcium, sesame seeds. I am definitely going to be using more sesame seeds. Okay, so we've got our peanuts, our water, our aminos, the soy sauce, honey. I think we've got everything we need. So now we're just going to set this on the blender, and we're gonna get that nice and creamy. We just want to make sure you blend it long enough so that you don't have any of those chunks from the dates. You want to make sure that the dates and the ginger got really blended up well. Now, if this is too thick, if you want it a little bit thinner, you can just add a little bit more water. That'll work just fine. But I like that to be just a little bit thicker. It's gonna stick to your vegetables a little bit more. So we're gonna scrape all the sides and mix that up, and let's taste it. Oh, wow. Ooh, there's lots of zing from that ginger. That was really good. Okay. That might be too much zing from the ginger. I think I'm gonna add just a little bit more water. We're gonna add about 1/4 cup more water to that, and then it'll be perfect. All right, so I wanna just go on to the next dressing really fast. This is a super fast and easy, just for fun. I wanted to show you how quick and easy you can make a salad dressing. Okay, so in here, I have in my mixer cup, I have my little whisk, and I've put in about a half a cup of the aquafaba from my chickpeas. It's gonna give it a nice thick richness to the dressing. So that's in there. We're gonna add, this is another one of our favorite dressings. We're just gonna add about a tablespoon, a little more than a tablespoon of almond butter. So there's our healthy fats that are gonna help us to absorb the nutrients from our vegetables. Get that in there, come on. All right, and then we're gonna add about a teaspoon of pomegranate juice. This is a pomegranate juice concentrate. Fabulous antioxidants in here. Pomegranates have amazing abilities to be an anti-inflammatory, it's anti-carcinogenic, it actually helps reverse diabetes, helps reverse plaque in your arteries. Fabulous. So we're just gonna add about a teaspoon of this pomegranate juice extract. Or not extract, sorry, concentrate. Okay, so we're also gonna add about a tablespoon of, this one's a fig vinegar, so just a little bit of a sweet vinegar. All right, and we're gonna add about a tablespoon of, again, we want our dressing to be nice and thick so it kind of attaches to our vegetables and our salad and so forth. So that's about a tablespoon of tomato paste and about 2 tablespoons of tomato puree or a tomato sauce. Now I love tomatoes. They are full of lycopene. Lycopene is one of the most amazing foods, and the more you cook tomatoes, the more it brings out the lycopene in them, and it makes it way more absorbable. All right, so how easy was that? All that was tomato sauce, almond butter, that little bit of aquafaba, and that little bit of vinegar, and I've just mixed that up, and it's made quite a bit. It's probably almost a cup here of dressing, and honestly, I might put half of this on a salad because I love lots of dressing. Let's grab a spoon and taste it. Oh my gosh, so much flavor. It's creamy from the almond butter. It's so good. So that is a quick and easy, what did that take me? 2 minutes, quick and easy dressing. All right, but today we want to use our dressing that we made, our sesame honey ginger dressing. And I want to show you how I make up my quick salad for today. I've been doing this for the last couple of days. So here's my salad base. If you've seen my pictures and posts before about salad base, so this is my salad base, and it's got romaine and broccoli and cauliflower and radishes and cabbage and purple cabbage. And this time we used red spring onion, and it's just packed full of cruciferous vegetables and leafy greens. And this is a fabulous base for any salad. You can make this salad to be anything you want it to be. So if I wanted a Greek salad, then I would add chickpeas, and I would add artichoke hearts and sun-dried tomatoes, and then I'd probably use this tomato dressing that we just made, and that would make a fabulous kind of Greek salad. Sprinkle maybe a little feta on it, and I have some vegan feta that I like to use. But today we're making an Asian salad. So my hands are clean, so this is the way I do it. This is me. So I usually take about 2 or 3 big handfuls. You can see how big my bowl is. This is actually a serving bowl for most families, but yeah, that's how much I eat for salad for lunch. So there we go. We've almost filled that up. And then I also had some butter lettuce that needed to be used. So I'm gonna just add just a little bit more of this butter lettuce to our salad. And I'm just gonna chop it up really fine. The more leafy greens you have, the better. So I'm just gonna, and the smaller you chop it, this is another tip. So the smaller you chop your vegetables, the more you can fit in the bowl. So how awesome is that? So I actually don't have one. I know a lot of my friends use chopping bowls, those big wooden chopping bowls. And then they use, the chopping blade, and they get it really, really small. And that is a great way to get more vegetables in your salad bowl. It kind of like chews it up for you half the time, huh? All right, so there's our base. Now we want to add some protein. I always want to add some good, healthy protein. I love plant-based proteins for all of their amazing benefits, which basically means beans. And today we're going to add, for our Asian flair, we're going to add toasted, roasted edamame beans. Edamame beans are so much fun. I like them frozen out of the freezer just to snack on. I love them added to salads. I love them sometimes just on the side with a little bit of sprinkle of red pepper flakes. And then I warm them up, and they're really, really yummy. So I'm gonna add about 1/4 cup of the roasted edamame, and that's gonna almost be like a crouton crunch. They're really quite crunchy. So we're gonna add that. And then for fun, we're also gonna add some mandarin oranges. That's gonna give us a nice sweet something to crunch onto, or to bite into. I usually try to add, when I have my Asian salads, I usually try to add some mung bean sprouts, but I don't have any today, but that's okay. So that would also be a fabulous protein to add. So these are quick. I love these little cuties. Don't you love these? These are so much fun. So we're gonna add 2 of these little cuties, mandarins, to this. And the peanut and the ginger in our dressing, and the sesame in our dressing, is going to really make this pop with flavor. All right, so there's that. You can see how big this is getting. It's almost overflowing the bowl. All right, the last little thing we're gonna add here, where did it go? Oh, okay, is I have these sugar snap peas. So I just grabbed the end that it grew on, and I'm just gonna pull that string, and I'm just gonna snap it in half. So grab the end, take that off, and snap it in half. Sometimes the string comes off, sometimes it doesn't. If it's a smaller one, it doesn't really matter. But I'm just gonna probably add about 1/2 cup of, well, maybe not quite that much, maybe 1/4 cup of these sugar snap peas to the salad. Again, it's gonna add great protein, and it's gonna be really add a fun sweetness to the salad. Look how fast we were able to make this salad, because I had the salad base already made. The salad base was there for me right in the fridge. All I had to do was grab it. I'm just adding these few little toppings, and then we're good to go. That's it. That's salad. All right, so let's add some of our dressing. I'm gonna stir that extra water in that I added, and I'm probably only gonna add maybe about 3 to 4 tablespoons of our dressing to the salad. There we go, that looks good. All right, lunch is ready. I think that one of the biggest things I'm learning eating this fabulous way is I never have a big enough salad bowl. I always end up with it falling over the edges. I guess I'm gonna have to try to find a bigger salad bowl. Anyway, all right, let's taste this. Oh my goodness, so much flavor. Oh, that ginger is so good. And that hint of peanut. In fact, if I wanted to add a little more crunch, I could take maybe a teaspoon or so of the peanuts and put those on top too. All right, you guys have a fabulous lunch today. I know I'm going to be, and I hope you have a great day. See you later.